this chapter. Okay, let us to start. In slide 1 is the procurement and the supply chain, and we have also purchasing is a greedy function. It eats cost and time. So, by purchasing, it is one of the process of project management that need to be discussed and taken care of because purchasing is a very costly function in the project management in term of cost and in term of time. So you know the purchasing, but we want to know the relationship between the purchasing of goods and services in the end project and it is relation to the management in term of cost and time. So if you remember that the main triangle of the project management is the time and cost and quality. If you remember this triangle, time, cost, and quality. So materials and equipments must be uh, at the right place and at the right time and in the right quantity and at the right price. This is what we mean by time and cost in the project management. So the quality before that, purchase material and equipment must be fit for their intended purposes. You remember this word, intended purposes. This is the meaning of quality or specification or according to the requirement of the purchaser. So we have to taking care of purchasing and the procurement through times, cost and quality of the project management and to see how we can tackle these issues. Here we have purchasing goods and services as a proportion of the total project cost. That means the purchasing as one of the issues of the project is taking more than or higher than 80% of the cost, while the others purchasing items of the project management may be taking 20%, the remaining of 80%. Okay, so the issue of purchasing and the procurement it is very important in the project management. The purchasing cycle sometimes or somewhat simplified. This is the process. The purchasing department in the company or in the project is very important department having a lot of functions around it so that it can make the project functioning well. Let us to start with the specifying the requirement as we discussed later. Shortlist vendor making short list of the people who will supply the project with the materials, an invitation to the tender, giving the invitation or application form to the tender so that they can apply for purchasing. And from those who are applying, you have to choose the vendor or the best supplier from all suppliers, maybe inside, maybe outside, and then issue purchase order. Then the purchasing order will be ready for the vendor to take it and get the materials and the equipment that needed by the project. And then possibility visit the vendor. ممكن you can visit the vendor or you can having receiving questions about the offer or the order and then received and check goods after the vendor giving us the goods or the materials or the equipment, we as a purchasing department, we have to check the goods and make sure that all the goods are according to the specification or the requirements that we are making them here. And then we going to use this project or material in the project that needed to be achieved. Okay, let us another view of the purchasing cycle. This is the last slide showing us the function of the department, but also we have a lot of activities inside the purchasing cycle. Okay, it's starting from invitation to the tender, and the tender here is the supplier that will provide for us the material, and we have the technical specifications that we are uh, prepared by the project engineer or project staff, technical staff, or the office that is, design the project in its details of details as we discuss later. So prepare an invitation to the tender. This is invitation to the tender or inquiry package. That means you have to prepare the package of all the questions and the answers that needed by the vendor in order to provide for us our goods and materials. Again, potential suppliers, that potential vendors may be A, B, C, D, E, F, and these may be individual, may be companies, may be national, may be international. So they are suppliers. This is the potential suppliers that can give us the material. So correspondence between suppliers and the project team. This is very important because the project team can answer all the questions that have been raised by the vendor about the technical or about the invitation for the purchasing cycle, and then send the invitation to the potential suppliers at home, like APCs, DEF, or maybe names of companies or something like that. So after that, we have to suppliers send in their bids. Suppliers will send their bids after they receive the correspondence. They prepare their response and send it to the bidding committee or the purchasing department, and then the purchasing department compare all the technical proposals that received from A, B, C, D, E, F, and try to see what is the appropriate one, and then we choose from the suppliers the best one. And here is the process of choose the preferred supplier. That means it is not the preferred that we like it or dislike it. It is the preferred supplier that giving us a technical proposal according to specifications, and also having a good qualifications and cost wise. Okay, then issue the purchasing order. Then after we choose the supplier from this team or from these suppliers, then we issue the order of the purchasing and update the purchasing specification and inform the unsuccessful bidders, update the specification and issue a purchasing order. In this process, we sit with the chosen supplier, so that we can update the purchasing specification, because there is a lot of information needed to be clarified and questions need to be answered by the choosing supplier. But at the same time, for fairness and equitably process, you as a purchasing department has to inform the others who are not being chosen by you to get the material. They have to know who will have been chosen and for why his technical proposal, have win the bid, and these people has to be notified by the purchasing department. Then the update of the specific specifications البير expenditures order والجودز are shipped. خلاص السبلاير ده هيمشي في البروسيس طوال لحد ما يكملها. Then we can give out good to be shipped to our location or the factory or the project, and good checked and inspected on receipt. أول ما تصل it has to be checked and good into store ready for use. That means our goods, our materials, our spare part for our project now in our store ready for use. So this order is completed and the supplier is paid. After that, the department pay the supplier his money because he successfully has been chosen and follow all the process until he finish by giving us all our goods, and we are keeping our goods now in our store so that we can pay for the supplier his money. This is another view of purchasing cycle. It's very interesting. طيب, another brief look of sealed bid tenders. It is also another process, but taking the same thing or relatively the same process. That means buyer issued invitation to tender. That the purchasing agent or department or buyer will issue for all those tenders the invitation. So the invitation cannot go for one or two or your relative or the people who are relative to the project manager. No, they have to be sent to all people in the market, maybe national, maybe international. Green, symbol, Patel, Brown, Locked, and Gray. All these are suppliers ABC, their names. They have to receive the invitation. And then after the invitation, you maybe the purchasing agent or power can receive questions from one of them like this. Supplier B asks the buyer a question. He may have a technical question about the application, so he have asked, and the purchasing agent has to answer his question. And then all suppliers are shown the questions and it is answered to ensure equal opportunity. Although the questions are receiving from symbol supplier P, but the purchasing agent giving the answer for all the people or the suppliers so that all of them are knowing the information and receiving another question, the answer also has to go to the other suppliers. Now, purchasing power, suppliers prepare and submit their tenders. After the questions about the technical proposal, all the suppliers will submit their proposals, and the purchasing agent, in accordance, receive the proposals from A, B, C, D, E, F, and E. Okay, and then supplier D was too late and is eliminated. Here supplier D are not submitted his proposal because he is being late after the date of close and he has no proposal in our agent here or buyer. So purchasing agent also using a bit summary process. They, making the evaluations and the summarization of the all technical proposal from these suppliers. Buyers choose successful suppliers and try to get the best proposal from all these suppliers. Then supplier E locked because buyers inform suppliers of decision. They are being out of the process. Similar to the previous bidding procedures, except each supplier submit two packaging. The sales bid tender has to, send technical proposal and commercial proposal. While technical, it is open first, commercial package related to the rejected technical bids are returned to suppliers and opened, and the commercial is the final decision the deciders about your bidding. So you have to submit two proposals for the sale department. And this is essential elements of the bid summary procedures. Look at it, it is very interesting. And when you are using this as a technical person in a team of purchasing department, you need to summarize your bidding from a lot of bidders or vendors in this way. This is supply 1, supply A, supply B, supply C, and the supply E and F, and each of them having, basic net price and having package and insurance, having freight cost and port and import duties and total cost on site and on-site data promised, and all these informations are relating to the suppliers. So you can summarize all the information about the bidders in just one page. And this is also a typical purchasing order form. This is typical purchasing order form. The order form can be changed or differ according to the project and the sector of the project. Maybe medical, it may be industrial, it may be building ship or aircraft or whatever. So these forms are typical purchasing order form. The purchasing organization for a large international construction project, it is looking the same, but it is more complicated because it is an international construction project. So we look at this model as one of the best and international complicated procedures, which is very interesting and having a lot of laws differ from company to company, from sector to sector, and from country to country. And this is the bank and this is the client, and this is the overseas purchasing agent and organization for a big international construction project having a long process, and at the end of the day having using colors so that they can making the follow-up and the procedures very easy for the vendors and the suppliers. This is what we have today in our presentation about the supply and the procurement in any project. I hope that you are understanding it well. And if you have any question, I will be more than happy to answer your question. Thank you very much, and Assalamu alaikum.